There are many words you can use to describe Chester. For me, annoying would be one of them, but I know everyone can agree that overpowered definitely fits his description. I honestly don't know why I never bothered using him before because he is a trophy farming beast, and in this video I'm going to show you the best loadout to use for him as well as the best modes. So it's no surprise that Chester does well on solo showdown because that's the best mode to farm trophies on. The only loadout that I've been using and that has been working really well so far is Single Bellow Mania for his star power and Spicy Dice for his gadget. Starting off with his star power, it's very simple as it only increases his first attack by 150%. Personally, I think this is better than his other star power Sneak Peek as it only lets you know what super you're about to get. If anything, that star power is kind of useless because his gadget allows you to switch to a different super every 12 seconds, which is very crucial for Chester. Getting a super isn't really the issue, but rather getting the type of super because sometimes you might end up with something that's not very practical, and this gadget helps to fix that to some degree. Moving on from solo showdown, we have gem grab, which is nothing special but still worth mentioning because Chester can do well here. When I first began playing gem grab, I quickly found out that Chester can also be a really good control brawler because of his attack pattern. Of course, the amount of damage you do is dependent on range, and while his damage can drop off severely, it has this effect of pushing away brawlers, kind of like Crow. I have a feeling that most players are scared to go up against Chester because if his attack damage does not get you, his super definitely will. Moving on to Hot Zone, the strategy I used here was basically the same as any other damage dealer, and that is to stay in the center as much as possible while attacking from a safe distance. The only thing that might be a pain in the ass are artillery brawlers because Chester really only has one super to deal with them, but it can also be beneficial as it destroys any barriers. Though in some cases you can also try to close the distance on set brawlers when they respawn. Overall, I think Chester does well here, but I'm not sure I could say the same for Heist, which can be a hit or miss. The main issue he has is his speed, and just like with Ziggy, you really have to maneuver around the map just to compensate for that, and sometimes you'll just end up dying. I am aware that his other gadget Candy Bean can give him a speed buff, but just like with his super, this is completely random. I even tried playing him on defense, and as you can see, it was miserable, with us winning only because my teammates did more damage in the end. So overall, Chester is a solid brawler in many modes, with Showdown of course being the best. He certainly has some flaws with attack speed being one of them, but it's perfectly fine because he more than makes up for it with everything else. Let me know what you guys think about him in the comments below. Anyways, have a good day.